Rinpoche Dashidele.
Rinpoche Dashidele Songso.
O Dashidele. Un corpo tanto Tamana Dashidele.
O Rinpoche Kadiche, Tujiche, Rinpoche Kalono Kadiche. Tamalo Katabe. Pekao Chongson Rinpoche Ketene, Kalo no, Rinpoche Kadiche.
Kalom nang wala kadin cheese.
Can it go Lamala? Goma request. Teaching request Goma. Are
Mandala offering, okay? Noise, yeah, Bidya, Zojana, Dojan, Ralaya, Nede, Jambonda, Sanjayan, Nide, Purvaya, Roga, Nanda, Yenda, Jewai, Ongaran, Devandagan, Rana, Mandala, Padeta, Sovai, Zindya, Namja, Zambadan, Loye, Zeda, Jadawa, Jidyan, Demonde, Vaya, Jidyan, Kolo, Koda, Zo. Don corpo don portaci delle tenetino da chirop da so genti da teni tuci che parti teni anche tavola madam che ne tutte la sopa sanjeji che tuci de taci bozo yori se taci bozo don gang yin de teni ran da so teni ma sanjeji ba chute ma che yin na yang da so ga ran Lama Juba, Chuji Juba, they some the Namtari Logi Yong Di, the Jingo Yore, they Jesus dream, Ched, they Jesus dream, Goron Boja song at the knee, Logi Jope, Tawandri, Yong Din Tong, Te Bache, Yi take the vessel, Jo song, somebody, the Logi Gigi Chedri. They didn't cut the knitting like the same way. Lunga years of God, China, they take the Montana Trita, Monlam Tabji, Robin Tonjote, Doug Sambuto, 대바당 당대 시도에 대바도 되니 대비지 보통 소토도 사제 또 적도를 답을라마 되니 취지 이제 또 되니 대지 뭐 참망을 혼데 이가래 뒤도도 근데 부터 진체발지 너는 순놈사고 뒤체발지 되니 이제 누가 쳐보요리 이제 말고 가나 카영대 시간이 라는 거 다. 라는 게 취주바 되라 이 카카는 소야 때까지 되게 되는 용딜신 거 그러지 라마주가 남자 취다지만 그래서 좀 가지고 따져 번째 띵송고 저 번째 띵송고 지는 되는 거 다다는 거니까 다 땡치부 노래 송이더니 상소주의 상소나 저기서 시간비오 시간들은 결혼을 지금 바로 프로세스 속아져서 사지 좀 되는데 그러더니 롱 낭요래 배 대답을 하자 자전 디 용디 제일 되는 거서 도망반에 봤더니 자반이 반지 좀 뭐서 내가 랑들이 잡으러 맞지 말래 어떤 한 용디 제일 거 같아 양장의 뒤서 내 용디는 남들가 돌아 돌아인지 내리대는 이 기술 맞지 라마트는 추지는 들이 랑견도 용디 제주라 사정천으로 보죠 그거 체벌지 요래 들이 개와 탐지 개와 가르나 자절 돈좀 이렇게 제발 요래 나다마다 자절로 땡땡이 오면 맘대로 송 애들이 때문에 다시 하장 제발 좀 뭐래
Dashi Dele to the perfect assembly here today. And so we are engaging in a very special ceremony to honor our own lineage. And so that is at the time, and on these special days, that is the time when we remember the root guru and the various lineage masters. And so the reason why we regard such a time as very precious is because, so generally speaking, we all follow the Buddha Dharma. It is all the same. But then within that, we have our individual different lineages. And so when we understand the background of our own Dharma lineage, then a great inspiration arises in our mind. So the reason why such an occasion is really significant, is really important, is because during that time we remember the qualities of these masters, their life stories, their life examples, their great qualities. And so in order to remember these, we hold a prayer festival like this. Guru Rinpoche had said that when you hear the history, the story, a clear faith or an inspiration arises. When you see the qualities, faith arises. And through the trusting faith, the blessings will enter your mind. So this is a time where we remember the great life stories of those past lineage masters. And when we hear them, our body, speech, and mind open up, and we supplicate them single-pointedly. So we engage in aspiration prayer. That is the meaning of Monlam. And the aspiration prayer will be accomplished by virtue of three powers. First, there is the power of one's own intention. That is the three kinds of faith: the clear faith, the longing faith, and the trusting faith. The second power is the power of all the Buddhas of the 3 times in the 10 directions, which are in essence our own root guru. And then the third power is the power of the Dharma Dhatu, and that is our Buddha nature. Buddha nature pervades all of samsara and nirvana. So in brief, during such a special time, we are accumulating merit. And normally, our minds are distracted, and now we are focusing single-pointedly on the accumulation of merit or making an aspiration prayer. And so the reason why we bring out a certain lineage, the qualities of a lineage, is so that we understand the qualities of the great masters of the lineage. So we understand their life story. For example, in the Drikung Kagyu lineage, we think of Lord Chigden Sumge. So as a quote that Rinpoche passed me right now, it says in a sutra called the Noble Great Cloud Sutra, it says in there, in the northern direction, in a place, in a pure land called Dream, in that pure land there will be a great gelong called Rinchen, and he will look after an assembly of millions of disciples. So the appearance of Lord Chigden Sumge was already foretold in the sutras, and he was also referred to as the second Buddha. So during this time, we remember this root guru, we remember his great qualities. And so then when we understand his qualities and life story, then the blessings of that guru will enter our mind. When we remember the guru, we remember the Dharma. And when we remember the Dharma, we also remember the qualities of the Sangha. And the quality of the Sangha is the precious bodhicitta. That is what we call virtue. So during such a time when we practice virtue, the results will become multiplied by hundreds and thousands of times. It is said that when we recite something, like a mantra, pure instead of impure, so in a correctly instead of incorrectly, that multiplies the effect by 10,000 times. But if we recite the same with samadhi, it multiplies the effects 100,000 times.
들이 사기가 땜바는 뭐 쟤네들이 콜로 섬는 거네. 들이 뭐 삼디진 콜로 로바 삼삼진 콜로 사와레진 콜로 섬는 데네. 들이 사기가 땜바는 뭐 칩신 칩라 총 강이마 대서 이제 빼버 탑들이라는 거 소속에 랑게 냠들림보다 이는 빼버 탑 데르티네 대사다서 좀까지 이나다 몰람 전부도 워초리 다게 버들이 마냥 보면 냠바 소출려서 데르티르들이 sempre 탐지를 빔제 자체만 요구요래 데르티르 마음과는 데이터들이 양내들이 마냥 보면 냠바 소출용 어쩌데 로터들이 참아간 데레 성공자자 기체모요래 데리테랑 뭐 파마 sempre 탐지도 동영들이 요구요래 데리 도지 리저처 봐데 라지 돈이 가까요 말이 데리테레다 다른 가우터가 데리다다 잡지 쳐다보는 거죠. 월정에 데리다다 그래서 좀 가지고 뭐람지 못해 양 그게 하자가 와서 머리 이 마음바라 데리대지들이 마냥 보면 봐 소치 용지 탐내 생속자고 그래 데리 자시들이 저기 콜로솜 오마삼 디제 콜로 로파트 삼제 콜로 사발레제 콜로데 별로 주도들 샵데 레가로 사발레제 콜로는도는 논나 강내들 사제적 때문에 대반 진정 배심성 디 사발 속자야 들이대 되게 보여래.
And so during a special time like such as this, it is important that we also develop courage in our minds. And so the Buddha's teachings are propagated through three wheels. First is the wheel of abandonment, which is the wheel of meditative concentration. Then second is the wheel of learning and reflection. And then third is the wheel of activity. engaging in activity. And this one is actually very significant, and that, for example, relates to the activity, relates to the Dharma Center activities, for instance, the various activities to increase, to preserve, to uphold the Buddha's teachings. So it's very important to really make an effort in this and to be courageous when it comes to these Dharma activities. And so when we increase Dharma activities, we do so by engaging in practice ourselves and also by passing it on to others. So now also this Jigong Kagyu Monlam prayer festival is also such a Dharma activity to propagate and preserve the teachings. And ever since it has been started up until now, it has not degenerated, it has increased, it has never been interrupted, and it has brought great and vast benefit to sentient beings. So it's very important to continue this going forward, to never allow this tradition to decline, but it is important to have the mental courage, the determination to have this tradition continue on, because it is for the benefit of all mother or parent sentient beings. And the purpose of others and oneself is actually not separate. Also today we are very fortunate to have His Eminence Untitled Rinpoche presiding over the prayer Monlam, the Jigong Kagyu Monlam. We are extremely fortunate to have him here. And so again, in the future, have the courage to always carry on this tradition.
Timbi barjo la me jabe tin ji sa teng yo la chap timbe jin da nga bang yo ba ji timba yo ren ne be ra ji yu to ji che
Rinpoche tokje che gari che.
Okay, now the King of Aspiration prayers, but it doesn't have a Tibetan pronunciation. First do Tibetan, and then again English, which is page 1 through 3, 1 through 4.
One, two, four.
First, we're going to do Tibetan ones, okay?
Page 124, 124. So one time in Tibetan first.
Papa Jamba Yana Jerbala Jansalo Jenye Sada Sotya Jedena Desan Shepa Meya Sengaka Daga Male Deda Tamjela Leda Ngaye Tam Chaja Wasangpo Jebe Molan Dodak Jarwa Damje Yeja Mosan Shenga Danye Lera Debai Jarwa Gunla Rabde Jansal Derje Dena Zanje Seja Vuna Yobada Deda Jeje Yena Male Tamje Jarwa Dage Kanwar Me Teda Ngapa Meze Janzon Yangje Yala Jamzo Ragenje Jarwa Genje Yande Rabje Dewa Sheba Tamje Dagedo Medo Damban Chenwa Dambada Senye Nanda Soba Dongjot Manme Joda Nube Dambaye Jarwa De La Lanen Jebai
Nabza Damba Nandan Remjo Dan Seme Burma Reram Nyamba Dan Gobe Jebar Mabe Yogain Jarwa Deda Lane Joba Jen Joba Gana Lame Jaje Deda Jarwa Tamye Laya Me Zambo Jola Debe Topda Jarwa Galai Samza Luda Ngada Devye Yeje Deba Dage Jeba Jeje Deda Damje Dage Sosoya Sobje Jarwa Gandan Sanje Ranja Namda Lobda Malobda Lova Ganje Sunam Ganlai Deda Ganje Jisa Dayer Kana Soje Jiden Romada Sanje Remba Sanje Majani Gobo Deda Dage Tamjel Kulla Lana Meba Goar Nyangen Dato Kanyi Dedal Doa Gala Vijeng Deves Karpa Shinga Durnyi Yobai Daga Dharma Rajar Sorvai Chansar Wadan Jeje Yabat Jesus Gewa Jonse Dage Jesab Tamje Zobe Janjo Serma Debe Sanje Nan Sobje Yen Jede Dana Kanyon Jebai Kaya Mazon Deda Ramyer Samzo Sanje Remba Sanje Soja Gale Jena Jenyem Deda Jatye Yongsa Tabai Sanja Shenwang Zhongye Jarwat Sanje Seje Rabda Ganwai Sobje Semje Gana Jenyem Deda Dada Neme Dewai Doa Gunje Juje Denan Timbai Jeje Lewa Lebai Sanje Jeba Dane Daje Doa Gunde Jewa Jembai Serap Gunde Jembo Jiwa Dade Dane Rabde Nyawai Yo Jarwa Gunje Jesu Lobje Zangbo Jiba Yongse Zozi Zhen Jeba Deme Yongda Ba Dade Manyan Jeme Jeba Laye Gita Leda Nujinge Zhawam Dada Maya Genanda Rowa Gunje Dana Jezam Tamje Geda Dage Juden Do Dishen Paror Sinla Rabzen Sanjo Semne Navyan Jima Jur Dekwa Kana Debar Jurba Deda Male Yonsu Sawai Leda Nyamo Deje Lena Dorje Jejen Roa Namse Jeda Bima Jame Jabai Jeda Namka Toba Midar Jenge Jonda Sonan Jezambar Nison Doma Rabde Jevarzi Dewa Tala Roa Gunguj Roa Tamje Lane Bembaj Sanje Jeba Yongsu Zozi Simjin Dar Gyodan Bembaj Zambo Jeba Dane Rabden Mawon Garba Gande Jebai Dage Judan Zombar Gangyuba Deda Dane Dada Robai Yo Leda Ngana Dane Semje Juba Dada Dala Bimbar Nube Robo Da Zombo Jiba Rabdu Dimba Deda Dayang Doden Trebayo Deda Dagen Nayo Ime Sanje Seje Gurve Mubona Usan Dade Dage Jarwad Mawang Garba Gunda Majo Deda Layan Juba Jajir Jarwa Namje Tambe Junzin Sanjoy Juba Gunda Nawar Zambo Juba Namba Jambai Mawang Garba Gunda Jeba Saba Tamje Danam Korwa Suna Ye Dane Meze Tata Hira Dinze Namda Yundin Gunja Meze Zuda Durje Dena Dunye Shenamde Shindar Samje Majal Sanjena Sanje Seja Una Yobal Sanjo Jeba Jejen Tawaje Deda Malu Tamje Sosa Kazan Juna Dusan Senye Sanje Janzo Yenan Janzo Karba Janzo Jejen Rabden Songje Yanla Janze Dage Jarwa Goya Yenlo Nanda Rowa Gunje Zamba Jeyen Sanje Zonla Dade Jobaje Dusam Yebe Jarwa Tamje Kole Zana Rabde Gorway Deda Gaya Sonyam Mezel Boye Topje Dajan Rabde Mawam Garba Tamje Jobay Keje Jega Dajan Jobay Kayam Garba Dusam Sededa Keje Chaye Jana Jobay Dusam Yeba Meye Singed Da Keje Tata Deda Gane Juyurla Jamai Jurba Namdar Topje Kaya Dusam Dage Yengo Deda Durje Tenda Mumbarjo Deda Malu Sonan Tanje Jarwa Nanje Yenan Golan Kaya Mazun Jiden Drama Deda Ramban Sanja Golo Nyangen Debo Rabde Shedat Gunbo Gunje Jonda Tanje Gunda Nyurwa Zanjar Donan Gune Goya Tebe Dodat Gunda Yonde Jebe Donan Gunda Chaba Samba Tage Do Gune Geve Sonan Donan Chaba Meba Jirwe Yehe Do Shira Tadan Dinzen Dodak Sanjo Dona Yanda Drubai Leja Dona Yonsa Dazi Nyamon Dona Gundun Yombai Deja Dona Tomi Rabji Zambo Jube Dona Zobai Shina Janso Nambar Dazi Simchi Janso Dane Nambar Chuna Janso Rabde Tonzi Yeshe Janso Rabde Tobaisi Jeba Janso Nambar Dazi Monlam Janso Rabde Tobaisi Sanje Janso Rabde Chezi Karpa Janso Majo Jeba Goya Dusun Sheba Jarwa Sanje Jeba Zombo Jebe Sanje Sanje Degan Dage Male Zobai Jarwa Gunje Seje Tobo Kange Mengna Gunda Zangye San Keba Detan Zombar Jebe Gewan Da Tamje Rabda Mo Leda Ngada Yeja Namda Jeba Namda Yena Yongda Muwa Zangbo Ngeba Jenrao, Tendai Dajang Dedang Zongbai, Gwene Gewa Zangbo Jebes, Jambar Jena Monlam Jebai, Mawam Karwa Gunda Majowa, Deye Sawa Male Zobai, Jeba Tane Seyo Majer, Yende Namjan Sezong Mebai, Jeba Teme Pala Nene, Dedan Turba Tamjen Savai, Namkhen Tardo Jerba Jazambar, Semje Marlen Tayan Devyen, Jazan Ledan Yomon Tarjerba, Laga Monlam Tayan Dezamo, Kaya Soje Jena Tayeb, Renjen Jende Jarwa Nanlab, Lada Meye Dewan Chonan, Hienge Deni Karbar Purva, Ganga Move Jarbon Dedin, Sancho Joge Jisu Ramesh, Linje Zayan Deba Jiban, Sena Tamben Joden Dejero, Ganga Sanju Molan Dedan, Dineng Isong Tamje Pangwan, Dina Topo Ngemba Pangwaye, Nawan Taye Deyan Dinyan, Deda Nipa Ramyi Dewan, Mezen Deyan Deda Lepa, Kunda Zambo Deyan Jendawa, Deda Renbor Mada Deyan, Tsoming Abo Dage Depa Na, Kange Meshi Wange Sepat, Deya Zambo Jeban Dejun, Nyurda Male Yonsa Zhangwan, Yehe Dan Ridan Kato Namdan Demban Dedan Mede Mangwe Demata, Yede Sambo Guna Jeban, Sancho Shenwan Donde Denyan, Sone Semche Pese Dendo, Sancho Sanjem Kolo Rabduk, Denam Dedan Jeba Tamjet, Kaya Sambo Jebe Moland, Changwa Tane Donda Lobai, Deye Namba Meba Sanjenje, Sanjo Jola Somye Mazi, Jamba Jadan Jenjam Pawada, Kunda Zambo Deyan Deyen, Deda Gunje Jisa Dalobje, Gewan Deda Tamje Rabdung, Dusan Shikwe Jarwa Tamje, Mowa Kanlan Chodung Abad, Dage Geve Zawan Dekwen, Zambo Jisa Rabdung Owarj, Dane Chewe Desi Jurban, Deba Tamje Tamje, Musum Nawan Taye Tenton, Dewa Jinje Shende Rabdun, Des Tamje Male Mundan Jawai, Deda Male Dage Yonsaka, Jigdin Jesse Senjen Pembai, Jarwe Jango Zanshin Gawate, Bimo Damba Hinden Zelet, Nawan Taye Jarwe Musan, Longde Bayan Dage Detoy, Dene Dage Longde Rabton, Turba Mambo Sewa Tajaye, Loya Dobja Soja Namsai, Semje Nala Pimba Mamboje, Zamboje Be Monlam Dabaye, Gewa Jonze Dage Jazab, Tinen Rove Gewa Monan, Geje Jege Tamje Jowai, Zamboje Be Monlam Dabai, Senan Taye Tamba Kandot, Rova Donga Chowar Senwan, Oba Min Monlam Garchen Rinpoche Joge Zon Tayen Rowa Kun La Benzej Kunda Sambo Jimbe Yongdrup Nison Nena Malu Dongwa Yo.
Page 124. I pay homage to the noble Manjusri, to those in the worlds of the 10 directions, however many there are, all the lions among humans who appeared during the 3 times, to all of them without exception, I pay homage with respectful body, speech, and mind. The force of my aspiration prayer for excellent conduct brings all the victorious ones directly to mind. Bowing down with bodies as numerous as atoms in the realm, I prostrate to all the victorious ones. In a single atom there are Buddhas as numerous as atoms, each residing in the midst of their sons and daughters. Like that, I imagine the whole Dharma Dhatu completely filled with victorious ones. To those with oceans of inexhaustible praiseworthy qualities, with sounds containing oceans of tones of melodic speech, I express the qualities of all the victorious ones. I praise all the Sugatas. With the finest flowers, the finest garlands, music, ointments, supreme parasols, supreme lamps, and the finest incense, I make offerings to the victorious ones. With the finest cloths, supreme scents, and fine powders equal to Mount Meru, all displayed in supreme and magnificent ways, I make offerings to those victorious ones. With vast, unsurpassable offerings, I venerate all the victorious ones. Through the power of faith and excellent conduct, I prostrate and offer to the victorious ones. Whatever negative actions I have performed with body, speech, and also mind, overpowered by desire, aggression, and stupidity, I confess each and every one of them. I rejoice everyone's merit, the victorious ones of the 10 directions, the Bodhisattvas, the Pratyeka Buddhas, those in training, those beyond training, and all beings. I request the protectors, the lamps of the worlds of the 10 directions, who passing through the stages of awakening, attain Buddhahood beyond attachment, to turn the unsurpassable Dharma wheel. I supplicate with my palms joined together, those who intend to demonstrate nirvana, to remain for kalpas as numerous as atoms in the realms, for the welfare and happiness of all beings. I dedicate whatever slight virtue is accumulated through prostrating, offering, confessing, rejoicing, requesting, and supplicating to enlightenment. I make offerings to all the past Buddhas and those residing in the worlds of the 10 directions. May those who have not appeared quickly fulfill their intentions and passing through the stages of awakening appear as Buddhas. May the realms of the 10 directions, however many, be completely pure and vast. May they be filled with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas who have gone to sit before the powerful Bodhi tree. May all beings throughout the 10 directions, however many they be, always have happiness, free from illness. May all beings be in harmony with the aims of the Dharma and achieve what they hope for. May I perform the conduct of awakening and remember my lives during all states. In all my successive lives, from birth to death, may I always be a renunciate. Following the victorious ones, may I train, bringing excellent conduct to perfection, and engage in pure, stainless moral conduct, which never lapses and is free from faults. In the languages of gods, the languages of Nagas and Yakshas, in the languages of Kumbhandas and humans, in however many languages of beings there may be, may I teach the Dharma. With gentleness may I exert myself in the paramitas. May I never forget bodhicitta. May all wrongdoing and whatever obscures be thoroughly purified. May I be liberated from karma, kleshas, and the work of Mars, and act for all beings in the world like the sun and moon unhindered in space. throughout the directions and reaches of the realms. May the suffering of the lower states be pacified. May all beings be placed in happiness. May all beings be benefited. May I bring awakened conduct to perfection, engage in conduct that harmonizes with beings, teach excellent conduct, and perform these throughout all future kalpas. May I continuously be with those whose actions accord with my own. May our conduct and aspirations of body, speech, and mind be the same. May I always meet with friends who wish to benefit me, those who teach excellent conduct, and may I never displease them. May I always directly see the victorious ones, the protectors, surrounded by bodhisattvas, in future kalpas without time. May I make offerings to them. May I retain the genuine Dharma of the victorious ones and cause the appearance of awakened conduct. Training in excellent conduct, may I act in this way throughout future kalpas. When circling in all my existences, may I develop inexhaustible merit and wisdom, become an inexhaustible treasury of methods, knowledge, samadhi, liberation, and virtues. In a single atom, there are realms as numerous as all atoms. In those realms reside infinite Buddhas, in the midst of bodhisattvas. Beholding them, may I perform awakened conduct. Like that, in all directions, on the breadth of just a hair, there are oceans of Buddhas, as many as in the 3 times, and oceans of realms. A single instance of a Buddha's speech is a voice endowed with oceans of qualities. It has the pure qualities of the melodic speech of the victorious ones, and is the melodic speech that accords with the inclinations of all beings. May I always be engaged with the Buddha's speech. May I be engaged through the power of my mind in the inexhaustible melodic speech of the victorious ones in 3 times. To turn the Dharma like a wheel. As all future kalpas are penetrated, may I also penetrate them instantly. May I be engaged in and penetrate in each part of an instant as many kalpas as are in the 3 times. May I see instantly those lions among humans appearing in the 3 times. May I always be engaged in their sphere of experience through the power of illusion-like liberation. May I produce in a single atom all the arrays of realms there are in the 3 times. May I be engaged with the arrays of the Buddha realms in all directions always. Those lamps of the worlds who have not yet appeared will gradually awaken, turn the Dharma wheel, and demonstrate nirvana, the final peace. May I go into the presence of those protectors. Through the power of swift miracles, the power of the yana, the door, the power of conduct endowed with qualities, the power of all-pervasive love, the power of virtuous merit, the power of wisdom free from attachments, and the power of knowledge, methods, and samadhi, may I perfectly accomplish the power of awakening. May I purify the power of karma, conquer the power of kleshas, render the power of Mara's powerless, and perfect the power of excellent conduct. May I purify oceans of realms, liberate oceans of beings, behold oceans of Dharma, realize oceans of wisdom, purify oceans of conduct, perfect oceans of aspiration prayers, offer to oceans of Buddhas, and act without weariness throughout oceans of kalpas. All the victorious ones who appear in the 3 times awaken into enlightenment through excellent conduct of various aspiration prayers for awakened conduct. May I perfect all of these. The eldest son of the victorious ones is called Samantabhadra by name. I dedicate all this virtue that I may act with skill similar to his. May I also be equal to him in his skill and excellent dedications for pure body, speech, and mind, pure conduct, and pure realms. May I act according to the aspiration prayers of Manjushri, in order to perform excellent virtue. Not tiring throughout future kalpas, may I perfect these activities. May I conduct be without measure. May my qualities also be measureless. Remaining within conduct without measure, may I send out emanations. Sentient beings extend as far as the limits of space. May my aspiration prayers extend as far as the limits of their karma and kleshas. Though someone adorns with precious jewels the infinite realms of the 10 directions and offers these to the Buddhas, or offers the supreme happiness of gods and men for kalpas as numerous as atoms in the realms, the genuine merit of someone who hears this king of dedications, who is inspired towards supreme awakening, and gives rise to faith in it, is more supreme. Whoever makes this aspiration prayer for excellent conduct will be free from the lower realms, and free from negative friends. They will see Amitabha soon, acquire all benefits, and be sustained in happiness. With all of this, their life will go well. Before long, they will become just like Samantabhadra. Whatever has been done through the power of not knowing, all evil, even the 5 acts of immediate consequence, will be quickly purified by those who recite this excellent conduct. They will possess wisdom, beauty, and the signs, be of good family with fine complexion. They will not be overpowered by Mars or Tirtikas. The 3 worlds will make offerings to them. They will soon go before the Bodhi tree, and having gone there, they will sit to benefit beings, awaken into enlightenment, turn the Dharma wheel, and subdue all Maras and their horrors. The full ripening for those who are involved with, teach or recite this aspiration prayer for excellent conduct is known only by the Buddhas. Without any doubt, it is supreme enlightenment. I dedicate all this virtue, following and emulating the warrior Manjushri who is omniscient, as is Samantabhadra, with dedications praised as supreme, with the victorious ones who appear in the 3 times. I dedicate all my roots of virtue towards excellent conduct.
The time of
Come,
death
comes for me. May all my aspirations vanish.
Seeing Amitabha
Directly, may I go to his realm of Sukhavati. Having gone there, may I actualize all these aspiration prayers,
fulfill them completely.
and benefit beings as long as worlds exist. May I be born within a beautiful lotus in that excellent and joyous realm of the victorious one, and from the victorious one, Amitabha, directly, may I receive a prophecy. Having received his prophecy there, may I benefit all beings in the 10 directions through the power of my mind with many billions of emanation. Through whatever slight virtue I have accumulated by making this aspiration prayer for excellent conduct, may the virtue of the aspiration prayers for all beings be accomplished instantly. By the infinite and genuine merit attained through dedicating the aspiration prayer for excellent conduct, may all beings drowning in the rivers of sufferings reach the place of Amitabha. May this king of aspiration prayers bring about the supreme aim and benefit for all infinite beings. Completing this scripture adorned by Samantabhadra, may the lower realms be empty.
Dedication from Shantidevas, The Way of the Bodhisattva. Once Tibetan, then English.
So,
So 132.
We'll do the dedication from Shantidevas, The Way of the Bodhisattva, first in Tibetan on 133, and then in English on page 138.
Hoi dage sanjay jabala yoba nambar zambaye gewa ganden doba sanjay jalan yoba yo sonan gana ledans dongai ne ba jenye ba de da dage sonan Dege Janso Toba Yo De Dong Kurwa Jesit Namyan dele nyama jondoe lana me bai Dewa jemen jetoi shon jeden khana nyarwat Kanda jenye yopa nan deda dene lejen Dejen dewe gawai sho changwe nyamda jotai Sanchai sembe chenche le songwe jo Zawai nyamda sewai Raja lo me na zayang de la zinde na doi Yarma la ye dong po yang po sa yin dang zhong wai Tirer marwa da da ngang pa da Ye so ge nian jin ben zi jia jia Ben me zhe song jie dian so da Nyar we sa so da ne nyam gai yo Sor pon de ya ren jin pong pa Jiao sei xie jie sa ye da wai Dan ya ro bo nam jian jue bai Ya me kan jie de xie kan wai yong Da ma da sei zhen jie jar ba De ne zong de me da jia ba De ba de ya ne De ne zi zi me don pe wai yoi Jiao wo ra me Me dong do na zhen wa da xia gen ye jia Zhi wai me da ben zhen do Da ge ge we do jie La ye lu do ne La mo na da lin jie da jie ma ne yo Jie sen de ne xin jie me dan Ka da sa gu me ze nam zha Guna me sa re de gai ji ben tu zan de gu sa yan tu nyan de Jin de de na nam gu jie na sa na du yin bar wa Yon to ne rab de ga we yo jie de dan zhan ne De dan lin jin zhou bai yo Me do jiao ba bu jie dan rin ba bai Nyar we me da che jer so ban tong jan Lo we de we chen ban de jia san ba da Sim ya nam ji sa na be mon tong wai yo Zhuo dan jik ba bo la ren bar zi yo we wei te de ne Gan gen to ye dong an ta da zha ye Ga wei xiu sen la Zhuo wai ge ne yong jiu san qi sen da Zi wai ji ye ba Ye ne si pu jin pa ren jik pa me pa si pa jie xie si Jie jia lap jie jie ben da ge xiao jie be mo lan jie jie Tu ye len jien wu lan me do de me Cuo jie qiao ba ba Kan zai yong la mo dong zha Du yang zhuo din de de ye Yam yang den zhen tong ne da ne sem jin jia juan de mai De dar da ge ge zhe gong de zang la so San qiao san bai zhi ba me jin de wa da Ser yen zhe yen men Sim jian nyar wa de da ngon bar ga jiu jie Don zhuo nan ne jie la Sa wen jik dang zhe wai yo Zha me nyin be me yen Ye da na ne de wa jiu Pa pa jie ne zi wang Sa ne pa be wo jian jie Ye da nam ne chen zhe Zhi zhe da de se wai yo Long wa nam ji zong doi Hong be da de zha de yo La mo jun che jie yen Zhe mai nu mi za wai yo Jir we nam ji gui da Zhi ba nam ji si da dang Gong ba nam ji chu da Tongwa Shenpo Toba Yo Timba Namje Nordo Nyame Nyamta Gado Yo Yeche Namjan Yise Tamba Puzan Toba Yo Semche Neba Jenye Nyerde Nele Taje Jen Rove Nena Male Taden Yungwa Meba Yo Traba Nanen Jeme Jingwa Nanen Trowar Jen Tame Namnen Taden Pimse Semnen Yinje Jen Romboy Tane Tamje Sona Tamje Kanga Dondon Rose Ba Tembe Megun Drupjere Trodan Truchen Shoba Yela Samban Drujete Choya Mosa Dersen Yinda Linje Kawai Yo Nyame Langoren Chamba Dombo Tadan Trejane Chongo Das De la Noai Ya Gonzo La Minyama Wa Seba Gebon Gomit Nila Nye Ra Nye Nam La Da Zunwa Sebai Madar Gale Tarwata Te Dan Shira Zedin Se Dan Juban Punzon Ta De Tera Jambai Yo Tamka Nam Kwan Zoyen Lom je se ba me ba, tu ba me jen se me ba, rawan ta ne ju ba, sim jen se je chong a gang, te da se je jen ba yo, ka ta jen gang song me, zo sang po san so ba yo, je den pe me jen ye. Te da ji pa ni jer je, mo ra nam nen to da, na jar do jan jom ba yo, da ge sa nam de ye, sim jen tam je ma le ba, de ba tam je pa ne, da de ge wa si ba yo, san che sim da men dai, san che je lai yor wa da, san je nam je yon zoi, de je le jang bon wa yo, sim jen de da tam jen, ci yang pa mi ren wa yo, da de wa ren to je, che we ra yang ra ma je, pa san hin je je mut, san je da ne san je se, che nyen ro pa kan wai, so na tam je kan wai yo, tam je da ne sa ye, se ma la so me pa da, lan te da nyam ben re, ra ye jam bo ne jer je, ngor je jen gwa yo goi, san jai sen pa mang bo da, rang ge le be sa den, jin pan ze ne yo jer je, le jen gong je sa dan, xin da wo zi tam je da, nam ka le jan che je, ju men che pa tu pa yo, te da da de, si dan che je jin che pe jen pon da ye, ro ve la man che pa yo, la yan te sen jen pe, lo da pu san to pa yo, yar po che yen se pa, ye de da jan da wa yo, me nan da dan den bo, sang a de jen da ba, con ro sen bo la so ba, yin je sen dan den je, sem jen ga yang do ma jer, de ba ma je na ma, ye da nye pa me je jen ga yang yi me de ma, zola ka no lo pa dan ka den je je le ne, da wa gen den do mo dan gen de da yang do bai, la ba de be ge long da win ba da yan to wai, yin wa tam ye pa ne ne sel ne le rong gong je, Gelo mana nide ken tabda noba bongwai Tiye rabda songwa gun tseta nyamba meja Jarwa yisong le tada dekpa sisi Dendo dane tokya ne deyan deya menyai Kiba nane kurwa dan sunyan tajan yibai Yune yongso taba dan sonan ganda tabai Ngisong tonga menyan jen kawa jiba mebai Lawe lape le done teta sanje nyordoi Simje ganje le mangda sanje tamje nyözin Tada de dan dinje je sancha samba nam je nan rodan tola gondai Gamba ye na gangong ba sinje na la denjoi De ye rong san ye nan Nhìn tư nam jan de je gu je la dan la min Maya to den je da jan yang ga den Sara kawa toba da da zera remba rabda songwa toba yo Dane kaze jene jang nyamdan den yen sowai Zera genda wene pa poson soba toba yo Gangze dawan de Dunayang gombo jayang denyen Gemi bayang tongwai yo soje nangan tedo Semje gondon rupse se jadan jayang junze Dage juban denrai yo jese namkan nebat Rowa jese ne jorba desi dane ne jan Rowe donga sewai Rowe donga kanjang rong Degen dala minjaj Sanjay sembe genduen Rowa dela jobai Rowe donga minjaj Dewa tamjen jongwen Timba nilang kurde dan jede yureng nejaj Kange tenje gelon jong jambar yang la jansal Kange tenje dadar gewe shilang da soy
Page 138. Composition of this book, which speaks of entry to the Bodhisattva's way, may every being tread the path to Buddhahood. May beings everywhere who suffer torment in their minds and bodies have by virtue of my merit joy and happiness in countless measure. As long as they may linger in samsara, may they present joy no decline. May they taste the unsurpassed beatitude in constant and unbroken continuity. The spheres of reaches of the world, in hellish states wherever they may be, may blaze fettered their tormented taste the bliss of peace of Sukhavati. May those caught in the freezing ice of warmth, and from the hissing clouds of Bodhisattva's prayers, may torments rain in boundless streams to cool those burning in infernal fires. May forests where the leaves are blades and swords become sweet groves and pleasant woodland glades, and may the trees of miracles appear, supplanting those upon the hill of Shalmali. And may the very pits of hell be sweet with the fragrant pools all perfumed with the scent of lotuses. Be lovely cries of swan and goose, and waterfowl so pleasing to the ear. May fiery coals turn into heaps of jewels, the burning ground become a crystal floor, and crushing hills celestial abodes, adorned with offerings, the dwelling place of Buddhas. May the hail of lava, fiery stone, and weapons henceforth become a rain of blossoms. May those like Durrani, their flesh destroyed, their bones bleached white in kunda flowers. May they, through all their inherent strength, have godlike forms, and sport with gladnesses that eman to Kigni's peaceful streams. What fear is it, they ask? What grips the henchmen of the deadly lord, the frightful vultures of the carrion crows? What global strength it brings us joy and drives away our dreadful night? And what word they will see the shining form of Vajrapani. Then they will sins be quenched in joy, and they will go to him. And when they see the seething lava flood of hell, extinguished by rain of blossoms, drenched in scented water, at once fulfilled in bliss, they'll ask, how can this be? And thus the denizens of hell will see the one who holds the lotus. Friends, throw away your fears and quickly gather here. For who is it that comes to banish dread? This youth with bound up, gleaming hair. This loving bodhisattva saving and protecting every being, whose power relieves all pain, increasing joy. We see the splendor of his house that echoes praises of 1,000 goddesses, the 100 gods who lay their diadems before his lotus feet, the rain of flowers falling on his head, his eyes moist with compassion. Thus may those in hell cry out on seeing Manjughosha. And likewise, when those roots of virtue, they see the joyful clouds let fall their cooling scented rain, their obscurations cleansed by bodhisattvas like Samantabhadra. May all those languishing in hell come now to perfect happiness. And may the swooping animals be freed from fear of being preyed upon, each other's food. And may the famished spirits have such joy as those who dwell within the northern continent. And may they be replete and satisfied by streams of milk that pour from noble Lord Alukita's hand, and bathing it, may they leave their sight, and may the deaf begin to hear, and women hear time to bring forth like Bandideva, free from their pain. And may the naked know be clothed, and the hungry eat their fill. And may those parched with thirst receive pure waters and delicious drink. May the poor and destitute find wealth, the haggard and careworn joy. May confidence relieve those in despair and bring them steadfastness in every excellence. May every being ailing with disease be freed at once from every malady. May all the sickness that afflicts the living be instantly and permanently healed. May those who go in dread have no more fear. May captives who be unchained and now set free, and may the weak receive their strength. May living beings help each other in kindness. May travelers upon the road find happiness no matter where they go, and may they gain without the need for toil the goals for which they set their hearts. May those who put the sea and boat and ship attain the ports that they desire, and may they swiftly come to shore in sweet reunion with their kith and kin. May those who lose their way and stray in misery to find fellow travelers, and safe from the threat of thieves and savage beasts, be tireless in their journey light. May children and the old, the weak, protectorless, bewildered in the wild and pathless wastes, and those whose minds are dulled and all who are insane, have pure celestial beings as their guardians. May all attain the human state and be possessed of wisdom, faith, and love. With perfect livelihood and sustenance, may they be mindfulness throughout their lives. May everyone have unrestricted wealth, and like the treasury of space, enjoying and according to their wish, without a trace of harm or enmity. Beings destitute of splendor become magnificent and bright, and those worn down by toil and drudgery acquire great beauty and perfection. May all women in this world attain the strength of masculinity, and may the lowly come to excellence, the proud, the haughty lose their arrogance. May thus be all merit I have gained. May every being, leaving none aside, abandon all their evil ways, embracing goodness now and evermore. From bodhicitta may they never separate, and constantly engage in bodhisattva deeds. And may they be accepted as disciples by the Buddhas, and turn aside from what is Mara's work. And may these beings, each and every one, enjoy an unsurpassed longevity, living always in contentment. May the very name of death be strange to them. On every side, in all the 10 directions, may groves of wish-fulfilling trees abound, resounding with the sweetness of the teachings spoken by the Buddhas and their bodhisattva children. And may the earth be wholesome everywhere, free from boulders, cliffs, and chasms, flat and even and smooth like lapis lazuli. And for many circles of disciples, may multitudes of bodhisattvas rise in every land, adorn them from bird song and sighing of trees, from shifts of light from the sky itself. May living beings, each and every one, perceive the constant sound of Dharma. May they come as offspring of the same, with clouds of offerings unbounded. May the teachers of the world be worshipped. May kindly spirits bring the rains on time, for harvest to be rich and plentiful. May princes rule according to the truth, and may the world be blessed with all prosperity. May medicines be strong and full of virtue. May healing spells be chanted with success. May spirits of the air be freed from flesh, be kind and minds imbued with pity. And let no being ever suffer pain. Let them neither ail nor languish, never doing evil. May they have no fear nor suffer insults. And may their minds be ever free from sorrow. In monasteries, temples, and the like, may reading and reciting widely flourish. May harmony prevail among the Sangha, and may its purpose be all fulfilled. May our ordained monks, intent upon practice, find perfect places for retreat and solitude, abandon every vagrant thought, and meditate with trained and serviceable minds. May nuns have all their wants supplied. May quarreling vindictiveness be strange to them. Let all who have embraced monastic life uphold a pure and unimpaired observance. May they feel regret when discipline is broken, and always may they strive to cleanse away their faults. May they thus obtain a fortunate rebirth, wherein they undertake unfailing discipline. May the wise and learned be revered, and always be sustained by offerings. With minds suffused with purity, may their renown spread far and wide. May beings never languish in the lower realm. May the hardship be unknown to them. Enjoying more than godlike strength and beauty, may Buddhahood for them be swiftly gained. Again and yet again, the sentient beings make offerings to all the Buddhas, and with Buddha's unimagined bliss, may they enjoy undimmed and constant happiness. May all the bodhisattvas now fulfill their high intention for the sake of beings, and in beings likewise now receive the good and Buddhas have in store for them. And may the Arhats and Pratyeka Buddhas at length attain their perfect happiness. And may I also, through Manjushri's kindness, reach the ground of perfect joy, and throughout the stream of all my lives embrace monastic ordination. Thus may I abide, sustained by simple ordinary fare, and in every life obtain a dwelling place in perfect solitude. Whenever I desire to gaze on him, or put to him the slightest questions, may I hold the unobstructed vision of Manjughosha, my protector. To satisfy the needs of beings dwelling in the 10 directions, to margins of the sky, may I reflect in every deed the perfect exploits of Manjushri. And now, as long as space endures, as long as there are beings to be found, may I continue likewise to remain, to drive away the sorrows of the world. the pains and sorrows of all wandering beings. May they ripen wholly on myself, and may the virtuous company of bodhisattvas bring about the happiness of beings. May the doctrine only remedy suffering, the source of every bliss and happiness, be nurtured and upheld with reverence, and throughout a vast continuance of time endure. And now, Benju Gosha, I prostrate, whose kindness is the wellspring of my good intent, and to my virtuous friends I also bow, whose inspiration gave me strength to grow.
Now, page 92. Page 92.
Oi Mahanguru Namo Jarva Seje Jebar Tabewa Gaje Lama Yatan Kandrezo Tamjin Chusong Gorje Nirgong La Monlam Din Sen Reben Tuen Jernzo Pindin Yongza Jarde Rinpoche Teisang Damba Namjeng Abedo Leda Nyeban Gomban De Gambe Kaji Temba Darjen Jejerje Ngonse Tepe Jengal Zambe Para Leda Ndara Renjemba Bamcha Sewa Soba Janena Ngaya Den La Sawa Sido Ye Yartan Rajan Lobai Pamai Yaya Longa Sembe Yartsavje Lada Nyepan Gomban De Gombe Kaji Demba Dayen Yejarje Ujen Nasa Trabjen De Lebe Chata Dorjen Changa Gombende Kandre Sanse Shalang Telewa Nyenjo Norwe Korso Zobais Jeba Sirje Nyata Yatai Sema Yede Chempa Sanzenze Lada Nyepan Gomban De Gombe Kaji Tempa Tarjen Yejerje Tripe Lo Zai Jinze Mardon Je Sode Java Sonya Tamjeza Nalen Rapa Pinche Narudron Kaji Teme Jamba Jisen Jirge Tenla Pabde Buddha Yarza Wanga Londin Tojen Lada Nyemba Gomba De Gomba Kaji Temba Tarjen Jejaje Kanje Rubjo Sonar Melaji Seje Dorje Chandran Kalansi Jinye Ngane Zemba Bumdeya La la yizan charga do danjo taben karju shenyang to boris kapju chajen jansu sanjen la da nipan gombo de gombe kaji tempo do shen jejerje tabe masen jikden songwan Menje Nyendar Da Jarbota Sirlan Jebe Same Hindes Saulen Gumba Jebe Kejano Yanda Zema Yeye Jadar Kakong Kwende Judai Sasainda Ladai Nyebon Gumba Degoim Kaji Dhamma Tarjen Jejaje Mane Zajan Chade Magaj Soje Dawa Nyome Mabab Domba Samje Nyamne Nemanjo Soje Zajan Neje Lanjoy Temen Doma Sundar Timbe Chiche parve toje zaze lada nyeba ngompa dekan kaje damba daye ye nangben yode tonye ngube nasan songyo lamje sejen nasan bawa dajen towas taye nyada wisam kalai tolai jamzu jamze dama Kasa nyilan jon lada nyebon gombon degon kaje damba tayen yeje doje londe mudo rebe doje deba jela jebe menga nyongwe jinje senlai singa jeje jewa ngadem saja jembo ngade same kyome lamje zawa dambor lada nyebo ngombo degon kaje damba tayen jeje kawa senje laye teren samo taje nyese wodom Jajin jaja sazar konan kapsa nisan jeba sanjay Jare chantan thane ngombar kaden doje dena jamsay Yonder rana kasay chedan lada nyeba Timba pangwa la me kutse den ten zan josun josun womban Tinye hedan yada tasay Tinzen jivu zaten yonlai Timbe jindang madan yorvaj Timbe jansen seze vadar Lada nyebang gomba degam Kaje damba tayen yeje Zayan zaya sunzo
Now take break for half an hour, tea break.
네, 다 발상 karma sumchu rino
Breaks 30 minutes.
Parsen karma sumcho jinitni sorka diba tang.
We do a short sorka practice after the 30 minutes break.
Tugyeche Rinpoche Tugyeche Inala, thank you very much.
September,